those three things you can do in LA. Surf in the morning, or you could surf at night, whenever the fuck you want to surf. Surf in the morning, snowboard in the mountains in the evening, and then go dune bugging at night. Or you could go dune bugging in the morning. Whatever the fuck you want to do at whatever times. You could go snowboarding at night or in the morning. Whatever the fuck you want to do. You could do those three things in one day. So if you say, oh, I went to LA and there was nothing to do, it's because you got no money, brother. If you want a vacation in LA, you gotta bring at least $5,000. Which 5,000 is probably too much, is overkill, but you need money to spend on. You actually need a car too. You need to rent a car in LA, drive to the beach, go to the beach, rent some surfboards, then you could go snowboarding if you want, or you could just stay the whole fucking day at the beach with your surfboards or with your jet skis, whatever the fuck you want to do. You gotta do it in LA. You could go fishing if snowboarding is not your thing. I mean, if surfing is not your thing in LA, and you don't like the jet skis, you don't like anything that's scary, you can go to the docks. There's in Santa Monica, you go to the pier, and you could fish off the pier in Santa Monica, Redondo Beach, Huntington Beach. They all have these piers where you could fish. Now, I fished in all those fucking beaches. I've been to all these beaches. I've been to every fucking beach, almost every beach in Los Angeles. I fished in all of them. I went to, I just went through the whole experience of everything. You're not gonna catch anything there. The fucking fish are depleted. You might catch something because there's people that fucking, they catch big ass fish, and I'm shocked. I'm like, how the hell did they catch it? A lot of the time in Santa Monica, you get a lot of sand sharks, so you have to throw those back. And a lot of the fish, they have like a little list of the fish that you can eat there, and a lot of them contain mercury, so you can't really eat the damn thing. So it's just as a hobby or as a getaway, whatever the fuck you want to do. But you can fish at the beach, or you could enjoy the sun. You could go in the ocean. You can surf. You could probably just go to the bars by the beach and just drink it up by the bars and whatever. There's so much shit you can do. Now, as far as the people in LA, like I said, are they friendly? Majority of the time they are friendly. But LA people are this. They're like M&Ms. They have that little heart, they have that hard shell inside them. Actually, they're like eggs maybe. They have that hard shell, but once you crack it, it's gooey on the inside. So we have a hard demeanor, like we're gonna fucking kill somebody. Because you have to walk the streets. You have to walk the streets like you're ready to F someone up, because you never know if you're gonna be attacked. So when you're walking in LA, you're gonna see a dude that looks like all pissed like me. Like I scare people. But actually that's just to protect yourself from being robbed or something like that. You just don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I walked to the 99-cent store because it's close to my business, and I've passed by a few homeless people, about 4 of them. One dude was doing drugs in the gas station, right in plain sight. So when I pass by that guy, I don't pass by all fruity and all happy and shit like that. I pass by him like if he does some shit, I'm gonna F him up, and I will F him up. I'm actually looking forward to fucking up one of these fucking crackheads. Now, I'm not gonna hurt nobody, but if someone attacks me, like one of these crackheads, you best believe I'm gonna fuck them up badly. and I'm gonna yell at them and shit like that, because you can get your aggression out on them. Because the cops don't do shit to them. You can hit them, and they won't call the cops. Because they have no cell phones. But someone that sees you probably would call the cops. But then you tell the cops that that fucker attacked you. And then you're good. So there you go. I will never incite violence. I'll never be violent towards a person. But if they come at me, I'm gonna be ready. So, what are they getting at? The people in LA are not the homeless. The homeless people are not the people of LA. There's people that work there, the working class people, people that work for a living. Those are the people in LA. Number one, people from LA are busy. Whenever you talk to someone in LA, they're happy to talk to you, but they're walking backwards. Because they have to go to work, or they're eating their lunch, or they're about to get off of work, and they're trying to go home, or they're trying to go somewhere. So, number one, people in LA are busy. This is a fucking problem I've had with my relationships. Girlfriend. One girlfriend always wanted to be around me, always wanted me to do things with her. I was constantly busy. Now, if you don't meet a person halfway, if you're not there to support the person, then the relationship does not work in LA. But that's another fucking subject. People in LA are mainly friendly. You can talk to them, but remember they have that shell. Take that crack that shell. You could say, hey, how are you? And they're like, oh, I'm good. That's the shell. And then you say, you gotta keep cracking. And you gotta say, oh, are you from LA? And they say, yeah, why? That's still the shell. Keep cracking. Oh, I'm a tourist. Oh, so now the shell's cracked. They say, do you like being a furry or something like that? And then they're like, yeah, I'm a furry and all this stuff and like that. And they're freaking weird as fuck. So then you crack their shell. And then you talk to them and they're very fucking friendly. But you have to catch them at a good time. Usually you say, oh, are you at lunch? Are you taking a break from work? Are you doing this? It's like, and sometimes people are just chilling. Some LA people are just chilling on the weekday or the weekend, and they say, no, I just came here to get some food and stuff like that. I'm not really doing anything. Then that's your win. Now you could talk to a person in LA and say, oh, all right, so I'm from freaking Connecticut, or I'm from Kansas, wherever the hell I'm from, and I want to know what's a good place for LA, or how do you like LA and shit like that. Just ask questions. Be very nosy. Be very, very fucking nosy and start asking questions, and person starts warming to you. Person from LA, and they say, oh, I like it. I don't like the homeless. I don't like this. But I like living in LA, and it's pretty cool and shit like that. They say, what do you like to eat over here? Like, oh, we mainly eat fast food. We eat fast food because it's fast. So, yeah, that's basically it, brother. LA is fucking great. There's so much great shit about it. You cannot put it in one video. Let's see, we have the beach. We have the mountains. We have the beaches. The mountains. And we have the thrills of like Universal Studios. Universal Studios, and in Buena Park, I'm not sure if Buena Park is in LA, but if it is, Knott's Berry Farm. Orange County has Disneyland. We gave them that shit. We felt bad for Orange County, so we gave them Disneyland. No, I'm kidding. It used to be Swampland. So we got even Disneyland is not too far from LA. It's about an hour, 30 minute drive. 30-minute drive from LA to Disneyland. Actually, Disneyland is a lot closer than Universal Studios. And Knott's Berry Farm. We got Knott's Berry Farm, Universal Studios. Orange County has whatever. We also have baseball stadium. LA Dodgers in LA. It's by Silver Lake, which is where a lot of hipster white people are. Where there's massive gentrification there. There's a lot of gentrification in Silver Lake. But it's a dump still. There used to be a lot of Mexicans. My family originated from Silver Lake. And then they moved over here. They were all over LA. East LA. They were from LA, from East LA to Silver Lake. They moved all over the damn places. So, yeah, we have Dodger Stadium. We have a shit ton of museums. We have the Getty Center, which is, here's a weird thing. Most people see the ocean, right, in the world. You've seen the ocean. Wow, anybody can see the ocean. But you know what I saw that you haven't seen with your eyes? Well, you've probably seen it. I seen Saturn through a telescope. So, yeah, I went to the Getty Museum when I was younger, and they had the telescope, right? And the dude had it on Saturn. So I looked through the telescope and I was like, fuck. I just saw Saturn. You know what Saturn looked like through that stupid telescope? I thought it was going to be colorful. But actually Saturn looked like a star with a little ring around it that was white. It looked like I was looking into like a really old black and white television. It looked like I was looking into a black and white television, and there was this little star right there with a little ring around it, and it was all black and white. Saturn looked like a star. So it was a shitty telescope, but nevertheless, living in Los Angeles, I went to the Getty Center. I seen Saturn, and you can too if you're in LA. You can see Saturn. I don't know if they still have that shit or if it's during certain times, but you can probably make an appointment or look it up to see Saturn or another place, whatever the fuck they tend to look at, because they have the telescopes there, space telescopes. So if you like astronomy or whatever the hell it's called, astronomy? No, I think so. If you like the stars and shit like that, that's a nice little place. It's small though. It looks cool, but it's actually a very small little building. So you can't spend all day in there. You'll probably spend about a good hour and a half there, and then you're gone to the next thing. You'll see everything. They have a Tesla coil in there. They have a pendulum in there. And they have a bunch of shit about the space and shit like that. Forgot what the pendulum was called, but they have a Tesla coil there, and they have a pendulum, and they have telescopes, and they have a bunch of things on. The building itself looks pretty nice. The roof is made out of copper. You can get on the roof, and you can see those little domes that they have for the telescopes. You could go inside those rooms if they're open. Sometimes they're closed. And you can take a lot of pictures. It's a beautiful building. It's one of the most beautiful buildings. And also, if you bring your own telescope at night, you could see the stars and shit like that. But it all depends on what you're looking for in LA. So now in LA, you can go surfing, snowboarding, dune bugging, and see the stars in one county. This is another perk of LA. I was at the Grove. Right? And the Grove has a theater in there. I don't know if it's an AMC theater, but I went with some friends. And at the bar, just chilling and talking to some people, drinking some beers. I went to the bar. To my right was William Macy. So who do you know who William Macy is? He's an actor, right? He was just there chilling at the bar, and I said, "Oh shit." I thought that dude looked familiar. He seen me, and he kind of like looked at me and said, "Oh shit. I think this guy might know me." But since I'm from LA, I said, "You know what? I'm not going to fucking bother this guy. Just let him have his fucking drink and I'm on my way." So you can see celebrities everywhere in LA, and they're just doing regular shit like going to bars or fucking eating at certain places. So that's another perk from living in LA. It's not like you would want to talk to them. It's because they're regular people, right? Just trying to have a good time. You don't really want to ruin a person's life by having the paparazzi fucking look at them and taking pictures of them all the damn time and shit like that. Even though people take pictures of them and video of them, all that stuff, I try not to. But every time I see a celebrity, I look at them, they look at me, and that was enough. I saw a fucking celebrity. They're like normal people, dude. I probably freaking talked to some of them. You actually don't know who you're talking to in LA. You could be talking to someone who's very rich, very powerful. You could talk to someone that's very homeless and not powerful. Very diverse. Love fucking Los Angeles. LA is